Welcome, everyone. I am so incredibly excited to dig into today's explainer with you. Let me ask you, have you ever felt completely, utterly exhausted by your own generosity? Today, we're exploring a really powerful fable about a young guy named Arun. It's a profound story that forces us to look at the hidden and honestly, often painful cost of boundaryless kindness. We're going to break down exactly what happens when our desperate desire to be seen as a good person completely overrides our ability to protect ourselves. So let's just dive right in.
Are you too nice for your own good? Seriously, take a second and really think about it. Do you find yourself constantly saying yes to favors, to extra projects, to random requests, simply because you want to avoid conflict? Well, if you are a recovering people pleaser, I really want you to pay close attention here. This explainer is going to hold up a giant mirror to that exact habit. It's so easy to trick ourselves into thinking that saying yes all the time makes us this wonderful, saintly person. But as we'll see, that automatic yes comes with an incredibly steep price tag.
Section 1. The Trap of Endless Kindness and the Real Danger of Never Saying No.
Let's look at the main character of our fable, a notoriously kind young guy in his village named Arun. His fatal flaw? He literally could not say no to anyone. And it started out small. Day 1, a friend asks to borrow Arun's motorcycle. Boom, Arun instantly agrees. Day 2, the bike is returned, but it's damaged. The friend gives this flimsy, half-hearted apology, and Arun, he says absolutely nothing. He just lets the friend walk away. Fast forward a bit. Years later, someone else asks for a loan, swearing they'll pay it back in a week. Arun, being Arun, just hands over his entire life savings. And you can probably guess what happens next. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and that money is never returned. Notice how these minor boundary violations, like a scuffed-up bike, can snowball so fast into major, life-altering financial losses if we leave them unchecked.
So why did Arun just take it? Well, it all boils down to the fear of being seen as a bad person. This is the core driver of boundaryless kindness. Arun just absorbed all of this damage, the broken property, the lost savings, the blatant disrespect, in total silence. And why? Purely to maintain his reputation as the village's nice guy.
Which brings us to Section 2, the illusion of friendship. Praised by all, supported by none.
And that leads straight into Section 3, the turning point, and a harsh reality. See, everything changed for Arun when a massive crisis hit. Out of nowhere, his father fell gravely ill and desperately needed immediate hospital treatment. For the very first time in his entire life, the guy who gave everything to everyone actually needed something in return. I mean, he had amazing PR, right? The whole village praised him as a good guy. But look at the staggering contrast when he actually tried to collect on that goodwill. He went to the friend who borrowed his motorcycle asking for just a little help, and the friend's response, "Oh, I'm too busy right now, maybe later," and just walked away. He went to the people who took his life savings, and they literally made excuses and dodged him entirely. Beneath the surface of all that superficial praise, Arun's own life was falling apart. Every single person he had sacrificed for just completely vanished.
I really want to let this thought sink in for a second. I helped everyone. Why is no one here for me? Arun is standing there in total shock. His father's health is on the line, and his heart is just completely shattered. He finally realizes that his entire support system was nothing but an illusion. The people he thought were his closest friends, they were just users, totally drawn to his complete lack of boundaries.
Section 4. The Master's Wisdom and a much-needed new perspective.
Fortunately, Arun didn't have to stay stuck in this pit of despair. An elder village master saw Arun's immense sadness, pulled him aside, and stepped in with a really crucial distinction. Smiling gently, he told Arun, being good isn't wrong, but being good to everyone is. Wow, that is such a powerful statement. It hits the nail right on the head, completely challenging that disease to please that Arun was suffering from. It tells us that kindness, in and of itself, is wonderful, but blanket, indiscriminate kindness to every single person, regardless of how they actually treat you, is a massive, fundamental flaw. And then the master follows up with this incredible imagery. He says, a tree can give shade to everyone, but if it lets everyone cut its branches, the tree will fall. I want you to really visualize this metaphor, because it is the absolute thematic centerpiece of our explainer today. Think about it. You can provide warmth and help and shade to those around you, but the absolute second you let people start hacking away at parts of you, your time, your hard-earned money, your peace of mind, you are eventually going to collapse. You literally cannot help anyone if you've been chopped down to the ground.
Moving to Section 5, the power of no, and learning to set boundaries. So how does Arun actually stop being a victim of his own kindness? The master gave him 3 highly practical steps. Step 1, help others, but don't lose yourself. You absolutely have to ensure your own cup is full first. Step 2, learn to say no when necessary. Remember, no is a complete sentence. It doesn't make you evil, it makes you honest. And step 3, stop wasting your energy on those who disrespect you. Guided by these profound words, Arun finally began to change. He started building actual boundaries, he began politely refusing requests that lacked a good reason, and he stopped giving his precious time and energy to people who just wanted to exploit him.
And just look at the profound difference this made. The old Arun lived with boundaryless kindness. He literally never said no. He lived in constant fear of judgment, and ultimately, he lost his money and his peace. But the new Arun, he has healthy boundaries. He politely refuses unreasonable requests, and he finally protects his own peace of mind. He started reserving his help for those who truly respected him and genuinely needed it. A real game changer. Which brings us right to our final section. Section 6. True success is self-respect. The ultimate lesson.
Now sure, the villagers started complaining that Arun had changed, right? That he wasn't the way he used to be. But for the very first time in his life, Arun had achieved real, lasting peace. So let's lock in the core takeaways from his story. First, don't try to be good to everyone. It is an utterly draining, completely impossible goal. Second, be kind, absolutely, for sure, but don't let people use you. Kindness should never ever equate to being a doormat. And third, without respect, extreme kindness is a weakness. In an environment totally devoid of respect, having an excessively good heart doesn't make you strong, it makes you incredibly vulnerable. I want to end our explainer today with this final, really provocative thought. Being liked by everyone is not success. Respecting yourself is. If literally everyone likes you, it probably means you're contorting yourself to fit their needs and sacrificing your own branches in the process. So ask yourself today, are you chasing the illusion of being universally liked, or are you doing the incredibly vital work of respecting yourself? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Go out there, protect your branches, and I'll catch you next time.